looking through. What? You tell me what they are. What's that one?
for T20s, I think.
Really?
Got,
oh wow!
An old ammeter as well.
Yeah.
That are in there.
I tell you what, this is a dream place for a lot of the tractor followers or people with vintage tractors.
Yeah.
This is like a dream to come through it. I tell you what, mate, we'll walk along. We'll just randomly pick stuff out because I'm interested in what you've got in each.
Where do we go next?
Go on, pick that one. What's that one?
This one.
Right, I'm back in with the old 35, still in bits, partly because I haven't got all the parts yet. Let's just have a quick look. We got the radiator back on. Do you remember I was a bit mystified why the cowling was missing and that pin had some, like a sleeve was missing on there? Well, after I made that video the other day about it, my friend Paul Harbott from North Devon, who you might remember from a video where I went down and planted a tree last year, he messaged me and said, don't you remember what happened in the 80s? I don't know when it was, at mid 80s. The pin or the bolt holding that pin came out during hay bobbing, and that axle actually came up through there and wrecked all that. Now I can't remember that happening. I think it might have been when I was away at college, but it would have been about 85, I think. But luckily Paul had some photographs, and I thought I'd just drop these in here. These are pictures he took in the mid-80s, showing the little damage on there. So we solved the mystery. Here we go, here's the pictures. So we solved the mystery of the damage on the front, why there was no cowling and why that pin was missing the bush. I think when it was repaired, someone didn't bother replacing the cowling there, look, and they probably thought, oh, it'll be all right, I'll just I'll just chuck the pin back in. Or maybe it was just a farmer fix, maybe my dad just got it going, you had to get it going. But anyway, that's sorted, so we know what the problem is there. But I'm short on a few things. Apparently this hose pipe here is too short. It's farmer fix, I think, again. And these are a bit old and knackered, so I need some new hoses for there. And Roger, who's doing the work, also said it needs some more pads for the just around there, I think. I'm not sure exactly where he's putting them, but I was going to get them just from Agri-Line, order them online. Then I thought, actually, do you know what? I need a load of other bits. I need the alternator for the 265 and a few other bits. So I thought, actually, why don't I go and see Agri-Line? Why don't I go up there and get the bits myself and actually have a chat with them? Because I was sort of interested to see what their warehouse and everything's going to be like. So what I'm doing now, I'm just putting a shopping list together, and we're going to go up to Agri-Line tomorrow, or I'm going up, and I'm taking you with me because you're going to come and see what they're like, because they're good old people. It's about 60 miles from here. It's a fair old trek for me. I don't get out much. On my own, driving on the motorway, oh my God. I better concentrate. To Bromsgrove, I think it is. I'm not exactly sure of the address. I'll look it up tonight. Anyway, I'm going to go up just around the farm. We'll just look up the other bits I need to get, alright? Right, next bit I'm going to get is, well, I'm going to get a few of these. Arms. I'm pretty armless, look. This is off of here, this knackered. That should be on there. There should be another on the other side. Oh, hang on. So I'm missing, there's one missing on that side. I think two left-hand ones. It's a Grammar, but I think Agri-Line sell the equivalent of that. And if I'm going to take that with me. If I'm very lucky, I can just fit them on there. I think I've done this before. Take the whole bit off there. Don't have to take that bit out of there. I don't know how you get in there to change the arm. So I'm going to take that with me. I think, yeah, you unscrew that. So we're taking arms. I am armless, honestly. So there's two arms missing on there, just in time silage making. Let's see if I can get these changed. And there's one arm missing on there. Right, so I've got one arm, one leg, one swing of the head or something, nod of the head. What's it? Oh, right, I'm talking to myself. Right, 265 alternator. You know it hasn't been charging right. I checked the light in there. It wasn't the bulb. So the alternator's had it. So I'm going to make sure I get the right one, because some of them are different than others. Look, that one's got a connection there, 2 bolts on there. So I got to get one of those. That's a Lucas one, but I don't need necessarily a Lucas one, just need a right output. So I've got a bit of a shopping list coming on here. Right, I'm trying to hold an arm under my arm and an alternator under my arm. I'm always paranoid. I always take stuff with me because I end up feeling that I can never remember exactly what I've got to get when I get there. So the other thing I'm getting, let me just put these bits down a minute. I'll put them in the bag in a bit. This is a good chance to stock up. The other thing I'm getting is the window glass for here. Can you see in there the window glass is missing? These are the 265 doors, so I'm getting window glass for them. I'm just going to take a photo of that. That's obviously the one that's got glass. The one behind it is missing glass. So I'm just going to take a picture of the door. So we need window glass for that. I have got a few other little bits and pieces I can get in, but finally 135 window glass. Right, let's go and have a look at that. Right, you might remember I had a little bit of a prang with my brother. He was driving out with this and I was reversing Lamry round and I got on the blind side, whacked into there, that hit the cab, this all exploded. So I need a piece of glass to fit there. Here's what it should look like, boys and girls. So I need that piece of glass there, and I'm pretty sure they sell that as well. I'll take another photo. It's a funny piece of glass though. I think it's a funny shape. It's got this corner, look, curves around there. You see it's curved around there, and then it's got this triangle. Why on earth they did that, I don't know. So I got to make sure I get the right piece of glass for that. I was a bit paranoid about buying a piece of glass that's the wrong size. Right, so that's my shopping list for Agri-Line. And well, we're heading up there tomorrow. And I'll get the bits there. And also I'm doing a cheese visit as well. I'm going to Godsall's Cheese on the way back from Agri-Line, but that will be another video after the Agri-Line vid. But it's quite exciting really, isn't it, to go to visit them, because I'm always really nosy about these places. I was fascinated, you know, because they sell a lot of stuff. You look at their website, it's incredible. I wonder what it's like. They must have a hell of a lot of stock in. Right, let's go to tomorrow. Right, I'm ready to go shopping. I have my shopping list here for Agri-Line. I grabbed this notepad to write all the bits down. Actually, it's quite interesting because when I was at Lama, I bumped into this chap and he said, he was from Ireland, and he said, oh, I follow what you do, blah, blah, blah. I've got a YouTube channel of my own. And he gave me a notepad, and I'd forgotten all about it till I grabbed this notepad today. And I just thought I'd give him a shout out actually, because he's got his name written on here, Morgan O'Flaherty. I'm not very good at pronunciation. Morgan O'Flaherty, Machinery of Ireland TV. So there you go, Morgan. Thanks for giving me the notepad back in at Lama. You wouldn't believe that all these months later I'm actually using it as a shopping list for tractor parts. But I've got my bits on here for Agri-Line. We're going up there now. I think it's Bromley Heath. Take me about an hour. Got my wife's car. Better than my old banger. Right, let's crack on. Let's get to Bromley. Hey, I have arrived at Agri-Line. Do you remember yesterday I did a bit of video I showed? I went round and picked up an armrest and the alternator to bring with me to make sure I got the right ones. Guess what? Wife went off this morning with my car because we hadn't really discussed about changing cars till today. She's taken the bits with her. But I don't think that's going to be a problem. I have some photos on my phone, but also I'm pretty sure the bits I want are here. Anyway, we're at Agri-Line. I nearly parked in the manager's. I'm in the customer car park there. But there's a manager's car park behind me. I nearly parked in the manager's bit. That's got a nice car in that, actually. I'm not the manager. Right, let's go and have a chat. Tom Ball's the guy I'm meeting. I have got my list. Got my shopping list. Let's go shopping. Here we go. There's Agriline. We'll have a look, hopefully, in their warehouse in a bit. But let's go and have a look in reception and meet someone. Here's reception. There's no one here. Well, there's their parts column. Let's ring for assistance. While I'm waiting, I'm just looking in here. Nice steering wheel there. Look at that. These are all the sort of bits they sell. Fordson Super Major there. Oh, there's a nice badge, that 35 one, isn't it? Let's have a look. I can hear someone coming.
Morning, Rich.
Hey, mate. Tom, fine. Nice to meet you.
Hello, how are you?
Right, mate.
Yeah, good, thank you. You found us all?
I have. Do you know what? I've just realised, right? So,
Yeah?
Gloucestershire accent. What was yours? Brummy? Would that be?
A little bit Brummy. I've always been around here in Bromsgrove,
So-
Worcestershire, but parents are Brummy. So.
I'm just thinking, if anyone's watching this from sort of like Canada or America, you might go, what? Two different accents, and then Brummy, all in one video. Right. So, Tom, what is your job?
I'm sales, look over sales director here, so look after all the sales, selling the parts.
So I've come up to Agri-Line, right? And to be honest, I click on a website.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about the background of your company, so
Yeah.
by the way, I'm not paid to be here. I'm just genuinely interested because I get parts from them, and I've come on this trip to find out. So, tell me about Agriline. How was it founded?
Well, it was founded. We had just entered our 25th year now.
Right.
So it was founded in 2000.
Who founded that then?
Ollie, our MD, so
Right.
privately owned by
Yeah.
him. And yeah, he started it. It was just a hobby beforehand. He was a big tractor nerd. He's always been involved with tractors, buying and selling things from a young age, and fixing and repairing and selling second-hand bits, and that's when it all started. So that he was broke a few tractors for spares.
Right.
And he said his phone never stopped ringing, so it all kicked off from there.
So did he start with? So he started breaking tractors and just selling the parts.
Yeah,
then,
so
did he?
it was more of as I say, he was very young doing it, and just a hobby to begin with. And he would try and find bits to repair his tractors, and it was all very difficult. You know, going back in late 90s and early noughties. So yeah, that's.
And so at some point then, I guess it moved from selling second-hand parts, because you do a lot. I'm just looking behind you in this cabinet. This is a range. I don't know what all these bits are from, different tractors, but you do a lot of replacement new bits now, don't you?
Absolutely, yeah. So we're vastly growing the range. I mean, the company started out just doing the vintage parts, so you know, your old Fordson and Fergies and Massey Ferguson stuff, and old David Brown bits. But you know, we are making stuff and having items produced and making new part numbers for tractors that are just coming out of warranty now, even 2022 23 tractors, and we've got filter service kits for things just going out of warranty. So right across the range, vintage, classic and modern. I
bought a starter motor off you. You don't really know this, but I ordered a starter motor off you about 3 months ago for our McCormick.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, because I've been getting bits off you for the 35, but I went on your website and you've got all sorts of different brands of tractors, haven't you? So I ordered a starter motor up for and it's still working.
Yeah, it still worked good.
Yeah, it worked really well. So we're going to have a look round in a bit, but I'm just curious actually. So off the top of my head, I was just thinking about this. So you make or get parts for different tractors. Is there any copyright on anything like that, or how do you do it? Because I could buy a bonnet for a tractor, a Massey Ferguson or something like that. Is that how do you get the presses and all that sort of thing?
It's they have it for the licenses for a certain amount of time.
Right.
And once that time's elapsed, then it sort of opens it up to the market. And we have a really good network of manufacturers and suppliers that we've built up over the years. We've learnt our lessons of who not to use it. And we know who are the better people to work with, and that will work with us in terms of developing parts and sourcing the better quality stuff. So a lot of years and years of building up those relationships and working with suppliers and manufacturers. And we'll send off.
Hello, mate. All right.
Sorry. We'll send off original samples to the factories, and I'll show you later on. During the talk, we've got 2 or 3 guys that work full time on our product development, making new parts and improving the quality and the lengths that we go to. I'll show you. We have technology using 3D scanners and all the technology that we have nowadays that they didn't back then, to try and improve things. So.
Cool. Right. Well, let's go and have a look at something.
Brilliant. Cheers. Yeah. Come on.
Right. I grabbed a coffee with Tom. He's pulled me up to the posh bit. This is your offices up here, isn't it?
This is it. This is
the conference room. Yeah. More bits over there. We're going to go look at bits in a minute, but I like this. I'm looking down. Are we going down there in a minute?
Yes, we'll go down to the. This is one of our 2 packaging areas.
So first thing I noticed actually, and I commented on this in the video I did when I got the bits off you last time. Look, all your recycled packaging. That is a really good move, isn't it? Much better than bubble wrap.
We get
you got some of that, but obviously it's good for the environment to recycle.
Exactly. So we get all the cardboard packaging that we get that comes in, and we also take it from other companies on the industrial estate.
Right.
So we try and help out.
Oh wow, that's good.
With taking that off them as well, because otherwise that will just be going to landfill. And yeah, it just works out as really good void fill for the packaging. And yeah, but we still do have bubble wrap for other things that need it for tin work and things like that. But yeah, the majority we can get away with using the shredded cardboard.
I'm just looking through shelves and shelves of. That's all your parts, all up in there. Wow.
Yeah, well,
so when someone comes in with an order, then you send someone out and they sort of pick from the bits.
So we've got I've got the guys should be picking your order at the moment.
Nice.
So we can go down.
Well, let's go and have a look.
Yeah. Okay.
Here we go then. Right.
Yeah. So this is the dispatch area where we're just looking at from upstairs, and so yeah, this is where all the guys come and pack the smaller items.
Right. Okay.
And things, and
this is my order. These are the bits.
You ordered yesterday.
I had my shopping list.
Yeah.
Look. Here's my shopping list.
That's in good condition, you usually say.
Yeah, it's got no grease on it.
You've actually written it down.
So I didn't bring the bits with me, but I'm sure these are the right bits. This is. Do you know what? It's been blooming good to have an armrest back on the tractor. That's from McCormick, but I haven't had an armrest. Gradually, I've broken them over the time, so having an armrest is brilliant.
I think there's some cab glass as well. Is that for the McCormick?
Yeah, no, so that's the 135. Yeah. And that is the 265.
Right. Okay.
I'm just. It's like a nice shopping list to get because do you know these bits have been broken for ages.
And there's the hose kit as well.
Oh mate, awesome! Look at all this.
Yeah. There we go.
I was just interested with your sort of trade count. What percentage of orders are pickups and what percentage are online?
Well, the majority of our business is online, so I'd say it's a very small percentage of people that will actually come and collect. It was a service that sadly we had to stop during COVID, but we've opened it up again. People can come and order and collect parcels from us. But yeah, it's still a small percentage because we ship all over the world. I think last year it was just over 100 countries that we sent out.
Really?
To.
Wow.
Yeah,
so not just UK then? I thought it was just the UK.
Yeah, we have.
I suppose these tractors, like a Massey 35, is everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah, and obviously, like I said, for vintage, modern, and classic tractors, they're made all over and they get exported.
So how easy is it for you to find the bits then? Because I mean, you've got to go out and find people that will make all this stuff for you.
Yeah, like I touched on earlier, there's a lot of time, years of experience in who to source the parts from, and we work as we've grown. The company's been able to source parts directly from manufacturers, so we don't really work with wholesalers anymore. We used to years back.
Right.
And that's all down to being able to, as soon as you jump up to working with the manufacturer, you've got to be able to meet their minimum order quantities.
Okay.
So you've got to buy in big bulk. So
you're sourcing all around the world, are you, or UK, or?
Well, there's a vast majority of the things that we get in from the UK. We work with a lot of local manufacturing firms in the UK where we can. For example, the Super Q mud guards that we've recently, in the last couple of years, developed. They come from a UK factory.
Right.
And various other things. I think we actually had a look at the numbers the other day and we were surprised ourselves looking at the data. I think over 35% of the stuff was sourced from the UK, and the rest split between European countries, Italy, Germany, and some bits a bit further abroad, where we have our tin work manufacturers that have done all the redevelopment work with us. So, yeah.
Right. Well, let's go and have a look at your parts pile then.
Yeah,
It's not a pile, really, is it?
Well, there's
Wow.
Yeah.
So I saw this out the window. So is this all zoned into types of tractor or?
No, it's done. It's a bit complicated with the computer systems. It's to help put the most popular parts closest to the goods out area, so that our guys are spending less time walking and more time.
What's the most popular parts that people order?
I
knew I was going to catch you on the question sooner or later.
Yeah.
Well, let's have a look. Let's pick one up.
Well,
I don't know what any of this. Oh, right. Okay, there's a classic one there.
Yeah.
I recognise that. That's off the back of. We got that on the back of our 135.
correct. Well done. Yes.
So that's obviously a popular one. Oh look, this and I've replaced one of those as well. This is spontaneous. I didn't know. Well, we haven't fixed this, so I just walked up.
Yeah.
These are two things that I have actually ordered, because that one there is the pull stop thing, isn't it? And one of mine snapped.
Yep.
Because they're basically really old. So this is quite interesting actually. Looking through you tell me what they are.
Spark
What's that
plugs
one?
for T20s, I think.
Really?
We've got,
Oh wow.
An old ammeter as well.
Yeah.
That are in there.
I tell you what, this is a dream place for a lot of the tractor followers or people with vintage tractor. This is like a dream to come through. I tell you what, mate, we'll walk along. We'll just randomly pick stuff out, because I'm interested in what you've got in each.
Where do we go next?
Go on, pick that one. What's that one?
This looks like
What's that?
elbow gasket.
Is that off of exhaust or something?
Yeah, exhaust elbow gasket for possibly T20 or.
So how long have you worked here?
Just over 17 years.
Oh right, so you pretty well know most of the parts and stuff, do you? We're going to find something you don't know in a minute, aren't we? Let's go along.
A number of them. Yeah.
Let's find some more.
What's that
one?
Carburettor gaskets.
Okay.
Again.
What do you reckon that's from?
T20.
T20. I can't believe this, because it goes on for miles.
Yeah, we've got all sorts of starter motors.
Starter motor, that looks very familiar. That is like the starter motor I ordered for McCormick a while ago.
That's right, yeah.
Wow.
And yeah, we have all sorts of
all
things.
boxed up.
Control boxes.
Big box in here, what's it?
Silencers. There's clutch parts, steering wheel.
Wow. So when an order comes in, I put, like I did when I put the order in, there's a product code on your website, isn't it? Oh,
yeah.
There's my phone going there. Let's answer that later. So there's a product number, and so someone gets the order. Are these put in logical order? How does it work?
Everything will have its location.
Yeah.
So they'll come along, and for example, let's say somebody's ordered this mudguard.
What's that for? That's like sort of
JCB
modern
or
tractor.
telehandler.
Right.
So they'll come along. So this will be labelled up here, as you can see.
Yeah.
You've got telehandler mudguard.
Oh, okay.
So on the scanner, everything is barcoded.
Right.
The scanner will come along, tell the picker to come and scan this location.
Okay.
So they'll scan that, and it'll tell them if they're in the right or the wrong place, and then they'll come along and scan this. And if there's more than one, then they'll have to scan 2, 3, or whatever the quantity is on the order. And that all then gets replicated by the packers.
Right.
So the picking team will go and pick the order and put it on the shelves for the packing team. They then scan it all into the parcels a second time, which eliminates any mistakes to be made. So yeah,
so what amazes me is the significant amount of cost that is invested in this business, because just the actual what you've got here financially must be millions of pounds worth of stock, isn't it?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah,
massive investment, isn't it? Oh, we lost the lights. Can't afford the electric now. Are they automatic or something?
They are, yeah.
So as you walk through, they come on, do they?
Yeah, they do.
Let's go somewhere where it's light. Right, what's that there? Oh, it's an axle. That's a stand, is it?
Yeah, they're parking jacks. Those are
right.
Parking up on.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just all sorts. We have, like I said, there's over 20,000 different part numbers.
Is that right?
Yeah,
is it really?
On average, we had
hydraulic pump.
Yeah.
Water pump.
Yeah.
Oh, these lights.
Yeah, got to keep the cost.
You got to keep moving.
Bills down.
Yeah, well, that's sensible, isn't it?
Yeah. Injection pump.
Oh, we're getting through to the big stuff now, are we?
Yeah. So this is.
You must know yourself around your way around here like the back of a hand. Oh, look, steps. I just like, mate, honestly, I'm loving this. Yeah. I'm just all these bits. It's like I'm looking through that, going, cool. Look at that.
That's a hydraulic pump for your 35 in there.
Right, let's hope I don't need one of those. I hope not. I don't want any stuff like that.
And this is just touching on the cardboard shredder.
Oh right, there's your shredder.
Yeah. And here's all the packaging that comes in.
Right, so that comes in and you just chuck that through the shredder.
Yeah.
And then you got your packaging.
Yeah.
So where's your body panels and stuff like that? Have you got like bonnets and wings and stuff like that?
There are. I'll show you these down here.
Look, it goes right up there.
Just had these.
Right.
So these are UK made.
Oh, look at these.
Massive 3000 series mudguards.
Oh, wow.
Just had delivered. And these fit absolutely perfect.
Lovely.
And
they're all brand new.
Sellers. That was a new product that we developed with a UK manufacturer.
Really? Because couldn't anyone source those before that, or was it hard to find them?
I don't think anybody was doing them previously. I think it was a case of having to look around the second-hand breakers yards to try and find a decent one.
And there's a point where you just, if you're doing a tractor up, you don't want to start with an old rusty. Yeah. So what are these above here? These are bigger ones, aren't they? What's that?
These are for Ford AP cabs.
Right.
And we've got LP cab mudguard as well somewhere we've had done. You got all the top links. We also set very popular these wheel and tyre assemblies that we do.
Oh wow, yeah, I think I might have had a couple of wheels off you for our 35.
They come assembled, inflated, and just ready to buy.
I've had those.
Yeah.
I messed up. Do you know what? I ordered the rear wheels of the 135.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I got them off you guys. I ordered them. I didn't think about left and right hand. So I just went on the website and ordered two, and the tyres the wrong way round.
Yeah.
So I had to send one back and order another one. That was a real ball ache.
You probably weren't the first.
No.
I imagine you won't be the last.
It taught me a lesson.
Yeah. There's a couple of people that have done this, and they do ring up and say, well, end up turning the tyre around to solve the problem.
Well, I ended up sending it back because I couldn't work out. It was just, I think I did that. It was cheaper than me than paying someone to come out and turn the tyre around.
Yeah.
I don't know, what a plonker. But yeah, I mean, it's just phenomenal amount of kit, isn't it? All these top links. Do you know what the best thing is? You see it all shiny because everything I own is covered in rust or cow mark. Yeah. What's that? It's a Massey one, is it?
I'm not actually sure what that
it's sort of the Massey colours, isn't it?
It's just a generic one, but it's Cat 3, so it'd be for more modern tractor.
Hay bob tines as well. I didn't know you sold those.
Yeah, we do.
Blimey, you've got a few, haven't you?
Yeah, there's a couple.
Those are the classic hay bob tines, aren't they? I put those on our little hay bob. Blimey, you've got them by the 1,000 in there, haven't you?
And so this is our picking warehouse. So we do have another warehouse as well because, as I touched on earlier, we buy in such quantities that we keep some stuff in overstock as well. So
right.
Briefly, just have a look through.
Right, we've got more down here. So this warehouse is pretty huge, isn't it? It goes on and on. Yeah. I thought it was a multiple industrial estate. I didn't actually realise it was all yours.
No, this is all ours.
And you got more. Oh wow, look at that! You got wheel rims. Let's go and have a look at those in a minute. Yeah. So what would they be from then? They're pretty substantial, aren't they?
They look like. I'm just trying to see what size they are. 1136s. They might be off 4,000.
Right. Oh, there's some more over there. Yeah. Big ones put together. God, there's everywhere, isn't it? It's a major operation you've got going on here, really, isn't it?
And we've just halfway through last year, about 9 months ago, I think we bought this warehouse to invest in trying to build up our stocks even better.
Wow.
Better stock availability. So we've just taken this place over, and it's already full. We're just dealing with a container delivery of wheels.
Oh wow, look at these. I need to get some photographs. I just remembered I need to do that for Facebook. Let me just take a picture of that. That's quite a thing there. I love that.
And this is our second goods out area because we do a vast amount of pallet orders.
Say cheese.
Cheese.
Wow, are they flying in and flying out sort of thing, really? Because you've got a lot, so it must be quite a popular thing to sell.
So these are this is a big rear wheel and tyre assembly up in Autumn Major.
Wow.
But we send a lot of pallets out. I think it's on average between 5 and 10 pallets a day, all around the world. We've got orders here going Austria, Norway, France.
I mean, it's interesting to see. To be honest, mate, this is amazing. I never realised. Do you know what? Honestly, the naive farmer here thinking, right, it's a little warehouse somewhere with probably about half the size of this with two blokes
and a cup of tea.
And a cup of tea. I had no idea. This is vast, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's absolutely mad.
And this is where we keep our overstock. So this is where we will replenish stock in the picking warehouse.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you have a certain amount there that's going out all the time, and this is to keep that.
That's right. So this is, we'll buy power steering kits and crankshafts and steering boxes. We've recently just done a complete range of air filter kits for.
Flipping out! This place is huge. Do you know, have you ever seen Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Yes.
Where at the very end they put the Ark of the Covenant in a warehouse with masses of boxes, and so hopefully no one will find it.
It's in the middle of here.
I got a feeling it is. This is like Raiders of the Lost Ark warehouse. Blimey.
We also sell a lot of oil as well.
Do you?
Oil that,
wow.
But these are all, each pallet is its own location, so the pallets also have multiple parts in. So yeah, the guys will then have a replenishment system that is run.
So you've got
them which locations to go and restock each day. If it's low over there, they'll come and take. For example, it'll say you need to come and get this pallet and move 50 steering wheels from there into the.
So effectively, you've got sort of two teams almost. Have you? You've got one team over there that are doing the orders, like for general public like me who want something, and then you've got the guys over here who are replenishing constantly. Otherwise, it gets very confusing, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yeah, and you've got these guys as well. So with the bigger stock orders, we also deal with a lot of trade customers and distributors, resellers in other countries as well. So we'll have pallet orders and occasionally we'll also have a container full of parts to go out to a distributor in another country as well that's selling our parts as well.
I mean, and honestly, this is why I do these videos, right? I come here because I'm just generally interested. I am fascinated. So I don't get off the farm that much. Oh, no violin there, but I don't get off the farm much to see sort of the other side of the real world, really. And when I come to people like you probably see warehouses all the time, don't think any big deal of it. For me, this blows my mind. You're here all the time, aren't you?
Yeah.
But this blows my mind because it's just like everywhere I look, there's stuff stacked and.
Well, just also these are.
Oh, what are they?
Conveniently, as I mentioned earlier, these are the Ford Super Q cab mudguards.
Oh wow, they're nicely finished, aren't they?
UK made, and we developed those.
So what do you do? Do you buy those in and send them off to be sprayed, or do people buy those like that?
These are supplied like this in the galvanised. So yeah.
Oh right, yeah, nice.
Yeah, they need to be painted up, sprayed up, but they fit. They just drop on, and they fit a dream. They do.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Very pleased with those.
Nice. And you've got some more bits in there. What are those there? I don't know what those are. That's a front frame. I'm going to say that's like off the 265's got a weight frame similar to that.
Yes, there's just vast amounts of parts, but this is what you have to stock to be able to supply.
But I had no idea that you would carry that much stock. I mean, if you look on your website, it's pretty comprehensive. But
cylinder heads for Massey 35s.
I'll put one of those under my arm and take that. I'm just amazed how many wheels you seem to have. But then I suppose they show up a lot because you've got to have wheels for every type of tractor you're selling, and they're big bulky things, so they're going to show up. But
there are a couple of very popular sizes.
Look at this. Pins, absolutely stacks of them, look. I need to take some more pictures.
And these tractor roll bars as well. So
that's very important, isn't it?
165s and
I know people don't like having them, but it's an important thing to have, really, isn't it? I've got a roll bar I've got put on mine. Yeah. Wow.
We also rebuild, we assemble a lot of engines as well. We sell a lot of short engines.
What do you mean by a short engine? I'm not familiar with every technical term.
So we source the engine blocks in from our factory, and then we'll use the components that we also source in, and we'll assemble engines so that you'll get a short engine where you can, for example, this.
What's a short engine though? Does that mean not put together completely, or?
It's engine block, crankshaft, conrods, pistons, rings, liners.
Yeah.
So you would essentially buy that, bolt your old sump.
Oh, okay. So it's not everything. It's just
not everything. It's if you've got a crap block.
Quite often that happens, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. So if something else come on, but it just requires. So this is a Phaser 1006. So it's 6-cylinder turbo engine block in there.
Right.
So when we sell one, we'll take that into our workshop, and our in-house engineers will assemble it. There's different build codes depending on what the tractor is. So depending on what type of pistons and conrods are needed, for example. So they're built up per order, and that can be done pretty quickly as well. It's usually 24 hours it can be shipped out in the same time.
So I got a question for you, right?
Yeah.
Do you reckon you could build a tractor at Agriline purely from the... Have you got enough parts to make a tractor?
If you've got,
do you think?
So for a 135, it's probably got the most amount of parts.
Right.
If you've got a rear axle casting, and probably gearbox casting, then
everything else you could
much,
put. So you could virtually make a brand new 135 with what you got.
So, yeah, we have complete engines. So we've been selling complete engines for 135 for years.
Yeah.
The old AD3152 Perkins engine.
Wow.
It's very popular. It was used in all sorts of.
It was the great engine. Perkins engines are good, aren't they?
So yeah, they're used in general.
That'd be a project for someone, wouldn't it? To start an Agri-Line tractor.
An Agri-Line tractor.
Go on, you've got to do it, mate. One day, the Agri-Line tractor made from. What you could do, right? You could start with a T20 chassis or something. You could have a 135 rear, Fordson major bonnet. You could have a roll bar from a Ford something else.
I think would upset a few enthusiasts.
Might not look too good, would it?
But it'd be interesting to see how it turned out.
Mate, this is amazing, though. Yeah. Everywhere I look, you're a fountain of knowledge as well, aren't you? You've been here long enough. You've got the knowledge of everything here.
I think with the staff that we have as well, not one person can know everything. We all have our strengths and weaknesses. Technical team, we have guys that have worked with. They are qualified agricultural engineers, so the team as a collective. It's a very good knowledge base to build from, and our product development team as well. Their backgrounds are ag engineers, and they've worked with all the relevant systems and things that are needed, and programs to be able to develop the parts that we need as well.
I'm just thinking, how many people actually work here? Because I saw there's about a dozen upstairs in the office, and then you've got all the two warehouses. It must be 40 people, isn't it? It
depends. Just peak times in the year, the warehouse staff numbers change. Right. We can quickly have a sharp influx in orders.
Yeah.
We need to be dynamic and adapt to the numbers that we need. But it's between 40 and 50 here. And we've recently opened a depot in South Africa as well.
Have you? Right.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of the tractors went out there, didn't they? There was export market for a lot of the tractors, the 35s and everything, and they still make them out there as well, don't they?
So we've just opened a depot just towards the end of last year out there, about an hour from Cape Town.
Wow.
And that's kicked off really well, and I think we've now got 7 or 8 people over there already.
Crikey.
Employed full time, and we've just shipped our 40-foot container full of stock
really?
over there.
So going back, something you just said earlier, you said at peak times. Now I'm surprised there's a peak time. Now, is it before Christmas and everyone buys someone a bit for their Fordson Major for Christmas, or why is there? When's peak time?
It's seasonality.
Yeah. The spring comes and everyone thinks, let's get out, tractor run, come in.
We're at a really busy time at the moment. Basically the good weather comes. Unfortunately, we are having a bit of good weather in the UK at the moment. So people are out using tractors, either remembering what they've broken about 6 months ago and then ordering it, or things need replacing pretty urgently. So
it's very much so, because I know from doing the 35, when it's cold and damp in winter, you think, I'm not going to go out in that shed and do anything, and then you suddenly, when the weather's like it is, you suddenly feel like doing stuff and do it in the evenings.
The urgency goes through the roof this time of year.
I imagine
everybody wants it yesterday.
Yeah, totally.
It didn't get done for 6 months, but they need it tomorrow. But luckily we have the team to be able to, all orders before 4 p.m. are shipped out next day.
Are they?
So,
wow. Fair play. So how do you work with the shipping then? Have you got a designated courier company that you work with? Or
we mostly use APC in the UK, but we have multiple couriers, depending on... it's quite... I'd say complex, depending on because we ship something as small as a bulb
shipping out loads of stuff.
Complete engines and everything we were talking about. So it depends where the customer is. So customers all around the world, and different size orders. It depends on who we use. But we've got split system, split shifts in the warehouse. So we have guys working from 6 a.m. in the morning. Until 8 p.m. in the evening on the split shift system, which allows us to have more stuff booked in earlier each day.
Sufficient use of this, isn't it? Because otherwise it's just sat empty most of the time, which is not great, is it?
And we have people working later, dispatching orders throughout the day, so we have later courier collections.
Yeah.
For example, the last courier collection actually leaves us at 8 p.m, so it allows us to have a later same day dispatch time.
Because I was impressed how quickly those bits you sent me when I ordered some before, they came really quick.
Yeah.
And that's a nice feeling, because when you know what it's like, when you want to do something, when you start on a project, if you think, oh Christ, I need that bit, and you've got to wait like a week or 10 days for it, you're like, oh, I've lost the momentum.
Well, I think we're in a day and age now where people expect that service.
Yeah.
Most people will buy something and expect that it is there next day, so that's something that we have to...
I remember when I was a kid, everything said, please allow 28 days for delivery.
Well,
imagine if you said that to a customer now, they'd be like, well, I'll just go somewhere else.
I think 28 hours are probably too long.
I know. Right, mate, we better go and find this alternator for the 35. What was it? No, the 265.
265, yeah.
Yeah. That's brilliant. All right, guys.
All right, mate.
How does it feel like working here with all these old tractor bits and stuff?
Do you want the honest truth?
Yeah, go on.
We love it.
Good place to work, isn't it? It's interesting, isn't it?
Oh, it's lovely.
Cool, these.
I've never had it so good here.
I've had 2 of these at our farm.
Really enjoying that, yeah. Mate, really enjoying this. I really am.
Best part of the job. Look all the firewood you get to go home on the barbecue afterwards, eh?
Yeah.
That's hardwood as well, isn't it?
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's these from Africa or something. That's a hardwood there, I think. Interesting. So,
That's what.
Call it laugh, don't
do you know where these are going to then? Or are these going in the warehouse? Oh right, okay. You're just unloading the shipment. Quite heavy, aren't they?
Very heavy.
You've got to be careful of your back.
Ones, because obviously they've got the centre rims in as well.
Yeah.
So they're heavier.
Yeah.
The ones I haven't, obviously, I would have liked.
It's amazing. I'm just up here to have a look. So normally I buy bits from Agri-Line, and I'm just doing this for a YouTube video. But I find it fascinating just to see how it all comes together with, the warehouse and everything like that.
Yeah, for a small company kind of thing.
Well, they're impressive, aren't they?
Yeah. Seems to be very efficient. Yeah.
Right, carry on, guys. I won't hold you up.
All right. Thank you very much, mate.
Here's one we did earlier.
Well,
what's the story here? What was it, 135, is it?
Yeah, it is, but it's well, I think we call it a test bed.
Is this where you put all your bits on when you've got them?
Yeah, you'll notice. Well, you can clearly see which ones are new and which aren't. But yeah,
you got it's still got the stickers on here.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just when we can test things that.
Right.
Part of the QC
oh yeah, look,
process.
that's new, isn't it? You
Yeah.
can see that. So
well,
that's quite.
From a delivery and make sure that it
Make
fits.
sure it actually fits.
Yeah.
Because I suppose if you're ordering new stuff from a new company, perhaps you don't know exactly sure what they're going to be like.
You can get caught out. Some suppliers, and this is why we have a QC process. They may change how they manufacture something.
Right. There's nothing worse if something doesn't fit when someone goes to fit it.
Exactly. And it's a big job trying to make sure that everything is right all the time.
Pretty well. I'm hoping to see this Tractor World one day all done up.
Well, this one.
There's a challenge to you, mate.
Yeah.
Get this right for Tractor World. Crikey, I mean, I'll have this for my yard scraper if mine goes wrong. You got the new exhaust on there, Len. Yeah, I see what you mean about the new bits. There's part of it up there, is it? With the smiley face on the bonnet.
Bonnet taken off as well.
It's not smiling so much now. What about this one here then? This is pretty short, isn't it?
Yeah, that was a cab frame that we'd got for that was one of the boss's tractors.
So these are the wheel arches I saw, were they?
They're
similar to
that's
that?
the old safety cab.
Yeah.
I think this was off of 5,000,
Right.
I think, or a 4,000.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was taken off one of the tractors. As I
fair
said,
play.
our MD Ollie is still very much into his tractors. So
Is he?
Yes.
Has he got some vintage ones of his own?
He does. Yeah.
What's he got? Do you know?
He's got an old Ferguson Brown.
Right.
Got a couple of T20s in the shed that are the same or corresponding serial number. So he's got number 69 that came off the line.
No
and
way.
70.
Wow, they were early on.
Which is really,
Quite
really
How'd
rare
you
to
get
have
those?
so early on
Wow.
and next to each other? I think he just got lucky. He had I can't remember which one. He had one of them, and then he saw one that had come up and it said in an auction somewhere. He saw the serial number.
Wow,
so
what a result!
I've got to have those.
Yeah.
As a pair, so
So I imagine his tractors are absolutely immaculate because there's no excuse because he's got all the bits.
This is it, but it's, you know, there's the.
Or is he trying to keep it original?
Keeping it original.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough.
There's a mixture of the two.
Yeah.
So there's some nice things up at the tractor museum at his place. So.
Brilliant. Right. Thank you, mate.
No worries.
Unloading bit, isn't it? I've just noticed stuff has been brought in there. We're heading back to get my alternator, but I love the fact that you got labelled up piston boxes, liner boxes, and that's all coming in those boxes.
Yeah, with the quantity of items that we have, you know, even the packaging gets bought in this quantity. So they're all Agri-Line branded piston boxes and liner boxes.
Liner boxes. Yeah. I mean, the amount of pistons you must just stock for all different engines.
There's
phenomenal.
A few out there, thousands and thousands.
Yeah.
Quite literally. Yeah.
Amazing.
So yeah.
Wow. I love it here. We're on the hunt for the alternator now. It'll be here somewhere. Bring new life to the 265. I had to jump start it the other day.
Yeah.
Want a good feeling.
Well, hopefully we'll get sorted with that.
We're looking online here now.
Yeah, so you said you had the 2
That looks very, very similar, yeah.
2-bolt fixing.
That's it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, it's in stock, so I've got 5
So you know where it is then? Or are you going to prove your system? You're going to prove your system where to find it then?
So we're going to get, there should be 7 on the shelf and you RG2, so...
Right.
Let's have a look.
How quickly can you find it, mate?
We'll see. So we go, U just means...
So, it's in column U, was it? Oh, I hadn't noticed that.
I is here.
Okay.
And then we go down to G.
Alright.
G. And then shelf. 0,
Okay.
1, 2.
Right.
And there are.
And there it is.
3, 4, 5, 6,
Boom!
7.
Boom shakalaka.
That's it.
Mate, that's brilliant.
There we go.
Excellent. So this 265 will fire up again.
Oh, we hope so.
I'll hopefully fit that in the next few days.
Yeah.
Right, back to reception with my main man Tommy. I've got my goodie bag. Look at this. I've bought the alternator. That's going on, and we've got the glass. I've got to make sure I get that home in one piece. I'll be fine on that. Look at this. This is for the old. We got the pads in there. We did put the pads are in there. Glass.
They're down there for you.
Do you know what? You're probably not old enough to remember Bruce's generation game, but this is like the conveyor belt going by with, and you've got to go alternator, glass. It's all there. Right, brilliant. Well, Tom, thank you so much for inviting me up here and showing me around. It's an awesome place. I tell you what, every tractor enthusiast would probably want to spend a day walking around here.
Yeah.
It's like the pick and mix of tractors, isn't it?
There's a fair bit in there.
There's a fair bit in there. Right, I've held you up enough. Thank you very much. I'll see you again sometime. I hope I will. I'll see you at Tractor World.
Yes, we should be there.
I'll be there, and I'll see you next time. All right, mate?
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, mate. Cheers, all the best.
Thank you. There we go.
There you go, look. What about a customer service? Just as I'm leaving, I said, could you put it in the car for me? That's brilliant, mate. Thank you. Oh, I'm back in the car. I've loaded up with goodies from my tractor, and I'm going to actually head off to another destination. I'm going to Godsall's Cheese Company, which you'll see on a different video. But just have to say, honestly, do you know what? There's a really great little experience going around there. Tom was a really good guide, but also just, wow, you just go in a warehouse and you just see, you don't see like one roll bar, you see 20, or you see all those wheel hubs and stuff. I just love seeing all that, you know, and I just, you know, hopefully some of you who have used Agri-Line in the past will appreciate this now and see where all your bits come from, and where the bits of my 35 have come from. Anyway, I'm going to go off down the motorway back to, I think it's Leonard Stanley I'm going to, but in the meantime, crack on.